Okay, good morning. How you doing? What I'm going to show you today is the new Wi-Fi app that you'll be able to connect to the DCS system. All of our engines with Protosound 2 and Protosound 3, you can run with the DCS system in digital command mode. And do you guys have DCS?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start with the DCS system, which is your TIU connected to the track. Everything's connected. All you're going to do is connect the Wi-Fi module. You buy this Wi-Fi box. It has a USB to USB cable in there that you'll connect to this. And this box can be operated in two ways, two different ways. One, as its own network, so that you go into your settings, you find the box, and you connect to the box as your Wi-Fi in your house, and then you can you'll be able to run the trains. In that way, if you don't have, say you don't have internet connections in your house, you can still get this system. You don't have to have internet connection, because this has its own, it'll be its own network. You'll be able to switch a switch on the box, and the box won't look like that, it'll look like this, but you'll be able to switch a switch on there that will be able to connect to your home router. It'll automatically go out, find your router in your house, and then you're connected to the internet, and then it will talk through. Then when you're talking to the iPad or the iPhone, you'll be talking to your router, which will then be talking to this box, sending the commands to the TIU to the train. You can continue to connect with the old TIU, so no TIU that we've made from 2000 on, you can use any one of those, so you don't need a new TIU. If you have an old TIU without the USB port on it, you'll go to Radio Shack or any computer store and get one of these RS-232 plugs to USB, and you'll be able to plug it into that. A lot of people have these now when they're upgrading the software. This software is upgradable. Let me turn that down and I'll show you. Sorry. So there'll be two versions of the app. Then you'll just go out onto, it'll be Android or Apple. And there'll be a free app that you'll be able to go to the Apple Store, download, or the Google and download the Android. And then there'll be a paid app. And the free app will get you running all your trains, 10 trains, start them up, the bell, whistle functions, all of the different features that's inside that train, the different sounds, the couplers, the passenger station announcements, the individual settings with the volume settings. You have now a smart pad look to it, or an iPhone look to it. So you'll be able to take the sliders and slide the volume switches, put the different acceleration, deceleration rates, maximum speeds, all that you can do with the remote by going into the different features. This is now much more user-friendly. You can see the functions, name of the instead of these little acronyms right now on the DCS remote, you have little 3-letter acronyms for these soft keys, and you have to remember what they are. Now you'll be able to see what the sounds are. These engine sounds, you'll be able to, each engine has a different sound. It may be on a steam engine blowdown or whatever. You can change the names to names you remember, and take these different engine sounds or these idle sounds, train wreck sounds, whatever they are. You'll be able to simply just touch the button and play it. Go to this engine, start the engine up, which is startup, and you can see here you'll have a list of all the engines in your thing. You can have 100 different engines. You can talk to multiple boxes which are connected to multiple TIUs. You'll need one of these boxes for each TIU. So if you have a huge layout, this TIU right now will do 4 separate independent channels, 4 different loops of track, 4 different 10-amp power supplies. If you have more than that, then you can get multiple boxes, but these apps will talk to, find all the boxes. This will be set to a master and then slaves, and then you'll be able to talk to multiple boxes. To take the speed, you're just going to simply touch the. So you got 2 different readouts. You got the speedometer readout, and also have the digital readout. You blow the horn, pull just like the horn rope, ring the bell, change directions. And again, you can do it on the iPad or the iPhone. I'm doing it with this one now.
If I had my iPad with me right now in
Yep.
the app, would
Yep.
I be able to log in? And
Not right now. It's not on the store, the Apple Store.
Assuming it were.
If it were, yes, you'd be able to, for example, go into a hobby shop.
Right.
They have the trains running on the layout.
Right.
You know, you want to buy that train, you could download the app. The guy can say, hey, you got an iPhone, download the app,
Right.
start up and run the train and test your own train, and then it's saved in your phone. You go home, you take the train home, and it's already in your phone.
But is there a feature that keeps me from stealing control of that train while I'm at your house?
The only way is you can password lock this and not let somebody get onto the network. So if your kid came home and he's got an iPhone, you can password protect this so he can't get onto the network.
Right.
But if it's on the home network and he can get on the home network, then they can get on it.
So, okay. So they could start running your trains from
They could, from another room.
Yeah.
You know, eventually these trains are going to be running. You'll be able to run a guy's layout out in California, and it's all hooked up to the internet. So go get on
So
his
you could have,
network.
like, operating sessions all
Correct, and you could, and you know, you're going to start seeing cameras being set up and layouts, and then clubs, and guys have, you know, be able to go on here, have a split screen, watch the train on the guy's layout, run the train. So there's so many things that, because of this platform, you know, we had talked about making a color screen for the remote control. And we were about ready to do that, and then all of these apps are coming along and said, hey, you know, Apple and all these Android guys have already made, you know, done it with the color screens, high definition, and this keeps improving.
Right.
And the functionalities or the back room stuff that's going on the iPad, the home interface type of stuff, we can now use that software to do new things with these trains. And so it's.
Yeah.
This is same. I mean, DCS will work on any of them from it's our HO, from our HO, our S gauge, our O gauge, our standard gauge, our G gauge, all has Protosound 2 or Protosound 3, and so it doesn't matter. All it recognizes is as a DCS engine with Protosound 2 in it.
Wow. That's awesome.
So like I say, the interface, it's so much more user friendly. It used to be when you used the controller on the transformer and ran the trains with bell whistle button, you had no interaction. Then you got the remote control, so now you're in control, and now you can see it this way. And like I say, in the future, with this technology, cameras in there to broadcast back with this Wi-Fi, the high speed that's available. So you know,
To the house and set that up.
right. That's it. The nice thing about it, when we spend extra money to do it this way, you do not need internet access in your house. So somebody who's, I don't want to buy internet, if they don't use internet, don't want to buy that, they just buy this box and make its own network. So unlike Lionel's system, you're going to need a.
Lionel have a system comparable to this?
They have I don't think it's comparable to this. It's a different system that controls the track and has sensors type thing. But the other thing about this system, just like DCS, you can get the TMCC legacy cable if you run Lionel, plug it into this box, plug it into their box, and now with this, you can talk to here, which talks to here, which talks to their box. So you can run conventional trains, you can run MTH trains, and you can run Lionel trains. So this iPad then, or the iPhone, or the Android phone or tablets, will be able to run anybody's trains. This is a complete system as long as you have this, and the phone.
And you can control the turnouts and signals.
Right, now the free app will control 10 trains. If you want, it'll be $19.95 for a paid app that you'll be able to choose to upgrade. And you can see here, to go into the thing, you have search, catalog, news, so you can use it with your internet and you can look at all our catalogs. You can do searches for the product locator or features on the train, the same thing, or you can go and choose to run the train.
Fantastic. Wow. Leap ahead.
Yeah, this is everything's going app, internet.
So if you already have a Wi-Fi at home, you don't need the Wi-Fi.
No, you need this box
Oh, you still need
if you want to stay connected with the iPad on the internet. So you can basically go out of here and look at your other apps, and you use this for all your apps type of thing. You want to stay on the internet so you don't have to go into the settings and find your home network and then go back and find this network. There will be a switch on this that will say it's MTH network or your home network. And if you switch it to your home, you still need this box, and it goes to the home network, and then you can still use the internet. With its own network, you can't use the internet.
Yeah, we do mine too. Yeah.
But with its own network, you can lock it, and so anybody else in the house, or if you're at a club like this, you can password the thing, and nobody's going to walk up with the phone and start taking control of your trains.
If you have HO trains that have digital command with other systems, and will this system run, can I run my Digitrax decoder trains eventually, or no?
Eventually, we're going to make a DC version of this that you'll be able to pass DCC through it, but you're still going to have to operate and control the train. You can have them on the same track, but control it with the DCC system. This doesn't put out DCC. All this does is, with this right now, these channels, there's 4 separate channels.
Right.
The 2 outside say variable, and that means
This is basically not really digital command.
this is digital command.
Okay.
What this is doing is, like I say, I have 4 independent channels. The 2 inside, all that happens is I'm putting 18 volts of AC in, and 18 volts of AC are going on that track. So you see, this engine, this engine is seeing 18 volts right now, but it's not doing anything. And you can see if you measure the voltage on the track, you'd see there's 18 volts, but it's not doing anything. Now it's waiting for a digital command. And you send it a command, say, okay, start up. Push that train a little bit. I think I got a bad track here. There you go. Okay, so now I give it a speed command, and I tell it how fast to go. Okay. There. And that's the digital part. The variable is this transformer track, which is not on this app, this free app. You'll hit the transformer, then you'll talk to these, and basically you got 18 in, and you say, I want 15 volts out, and that'll run your old conventional trains, and that would run a DC train, with a DC one of these, this is an AC one, will run it with a conventional mode, but not DCC. This does not put DCC out.
You have a separate controller.
You have to have the DCC controller, correct. So I can go in here, hit the front coupler, it opened the coupler, rear coupler, open the coupler anywhere on the layout. Anything that DCS will do, this will do, and this will end up doing more. Is there any questions?
You could control the turnouts and change the routing.
You will be able to do that, and then you'll be able to save. You can save routes. You can pre-program it with DCS. You can program routes. You can set the Doppler to certain points on the track to be the loudest. All the things you can do now with DCS. Yeah, basically this is just replacing this, and you can run this, and this all at the same time. Everybody can have a different one. So your remote is not antiquated. You can give it to a friend or a child. I think the child will take this and you'll take this.
Yeah. tell people bring your iPad if you want to run my trains.
Correct, or your iPhone.